Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is part 2 of my Q&A with my wonderful husband. Yesterday we got in a little bit deep on just how we met and some of the quirky things that happened in the beginning of our relationship and how we overcame some of the issues that we had in the beginning of our marriage. And I hope that you guys enjoyed yesterday's video. It was super fun to edit and it's been a super fun experience to have my husband, you know, come on camera, and I know it had to be, he was so nervous, bless his little heart, he was so nervous, and I know that he was a little bit shaky in the beginning, and because it's so nerve-wracking to get in front of a camera and just talk, and you're like talking to yourself, so it's very nerve-wracking, and I applaud him and I just adore him, and I'm so grateful that he was willing to do it for me. I didn't even have to beg, which was I seriously thought I was gonna have to beg to have him do this with me, but he didn't. He agreed. He said, give me a minute to think about it, and then, you know, later on he was like, okay, so how is this gonna work? And I'm like, okay, well, let me tell you. So I was really, really grateful that he was willing to put himself out there and come on here and introduce himself to you guys, and for you just to see that side of me, even though we were both so extremely nervous. I'm sure you could tell in yesterday's video, I was so nervous, and I think my thing was I'm just so nervous to like open up and have my husband be a part of this with me, and I think my worst fear is to have any negative comments, because I just cannot. That's something I cannot do, and so you guys have been so loving and so gracious to him in yesterday's video, and I really appreciate it. So without further ado, let's jump right into the part 2 of the Q&A with my wonderful husband. What fun things do you guys like to do together, and when did you decide to have kids? Would you ever live somewhere else? My husband and I are very homebodies. Like, I hate to say that, we love to travel, don't get me wrong, we do love to travel when our schedules and stuff kind of line up and allow that to happen. We like to go out to dinner and stuff, but we're not the type of people that have to be entertained all the time. Like, we are totally content taking the dogs for a walk, you know, like we try to do that all the time during the summer, especially on the weekends. We always try to take our German Shepherd on a walk during the weekend. Love to watch reality TV together. That's something we like to do together. But we're just not the type of people that have to be, you know, going to the newest restaurants, or we don't really have a lot of like friends that we socialize with. We are just kind of homebodies, and we kind of like stay within ourselves, which I don't know that, because I don't really need a lot of friends around me, because I already have my friend, my best friend, that I absolutely like adore, and I love sharing my life with him. So, you know, as we've gotten older, I just that's kind of, we're definitely content with being home. And
well, you know, I think that as you get older, things just change that way, and
yeah.
we live, I mean, the place we live is beautiful, and the yard and that type of thing, so being out there, it's like I say, it's enjoyable.
It is.
And then even so this whole valley, there's not a red light, so you can go these little quaint places, and or go down by the lake or wherever. But I love staying in the valley, which we do go.
He didn't like the city much. He didn't like the city much. He works in the city every day doing his houses, and most of his houses are in some of the harder parts, you know, the more like inner city parts. And so when he comes home, he likes to be home, away from kind of the, you know, like the place like where he does his houses, he'll see, you know, drug deals go on all the time, and he, he and his ponies kind of just keep to themselves, and they start to kind of get to know some of the neighbors and kind of chit chat with the neighbors. But it is always nice for him when he gets to come home and kind of, you know, so we kind of definitely stay in the valley. We stay in our area more than we do.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, I mean, when we were younger, when the children were younger, we were always going everywhere.
We were always going everywhere.
To make sure they got to see.
But now they're teenagers. Yeah. And so they're off always doing their own stuff.
And I think that's why, you know, today we kind of stay by ourselves, because we put everything into the children, where we just kind of that's all we did. We devoted our life to them, and so now they're teenagers. They got their own thing going on. So luckily we got that German Shepherd and the Dane and the
little Shih Tzu and our little turtle. They keep us plenty occupied.
Yeah. So it makes it nice and peaceful that way. And we have a lot of trails right here, so we're always out doing that type of thing.
Okay, so the next question is, who's your celebrity pass? We don't have celebrity passes because, do you know what that is?
I guess. Yeah.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah, I wouldn't go around that.
We're not into that. And I think it's just because we're not into being like, oh my gosh, that guy is so hot, or oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. Like, we're very respectful to each other about stuff like that.
Well, I think, like I say, I feel very fortunate. So
And I do too. Like, we're not.
And I think, because I used to be terrible.
He was.
And, but I think with her and I, that we knew that either one of us wouldn't take anything, and that we could go do anything we wanted to do.
Right.
And because of that, we didn't.
And we're very loyal to each other.
So we never pushed that envelope. And again, what I did, because when I was younger and that type of personality, I was becoming something that wasn't real. Yeah. It's kind of like Facebook. You can have big problems going on, but you never act that way.
On Facebook. Right.
On the dating game.
Right.
And so I was tired of all that. And then when you find somebody that you would not want to hurt them, or you wouldn't want to lose them, that type of thing. I just kind of changed as a person, and I made sure that the old Kev of being laughing and that type of thing and acting a certain way, I just never did it again.
Yeah.
And after a while, I became that person, and then I grew. I got older and I grew up, and now it's very easy.
Most people wouldn't recognize who he is today versus who he was back then. Yeah. So during the tough times, what helps you focus on making things work rather than throwing in the towel?
Well, we've been all over the place. Times of bountiful finances to times it wasn't, and that type of thing. Death in the family to all over the board, and we seem to always come through, and we get stronger from the other side.
Yeah, we don't pull apart. I think that's what happens when stuff gets bad. No matter what happens in your marriage, when stuff gets bad, it will pull you apart. But we fought to pull us together. So instead of having that reaction, we maintained close to each other, supportive of each other. And like like Smiley asked in the couple of questions ago, during that time when your partner is not able to give that 50% or that 100% to the marriage, you're recognizing that, and you're putting your needs aside and pulling each other closer instead of pulling you apart. Because I've seen so many times where families have been strong, and then when something bad happens, it completely ruins a marriage. For us, it actually made us stronger. Every single time we've went through something bad, it's made us stronger and made our marriage stronger and made us as humans stronger. And I think that at the end of the day is how it should be. Now, we don't do everything right, obviously, but that is one thing, in my personal opinion, that we've done better than like my family. Like my parents are divorced, and they had bad things happen, and it destroyed their marriage. And for me, we chose a different way, and it made us stronger. So I think you make that choice whether you want to be supportive to that person and you want to help them through it, no matter what mistakes were made, no matter who's at fault. You can point fingers all day long, but you'll have, 4 fingers pointing back at you.
There was 4 fingers pointing.
There was 4 fingers. You will have 4 fingers pointing back at you, because at the end of the day, you're a partnership. No matter what partner made mistakes along the way, you're in a partnership. So whoever made mistakes, it's both of your responsibility to fix it. And, blaming each other and throwing accusations and blame on each other is not going to help. You just have to push through it and move on and work to get out of whatever you're in. So I think a lot of the times, a lot of people will, when they have bad things happen, it's sad because it will destroy marriage. And we definitely chose a different way, which I'm very, very grateful for.
Me too.
The next question was any tips or advice for a good marriage, and in my opinion, that would be my biggest advice is wake up every morning, everything that we have said, wake up every morning thinking about ways to make your spouse have a better day.
And to make every day a week like a Tuesday.
He's such a bad. They've probably figured out what Tuesday means. Putting that person above yourself. And if you can do that in a marriage, then you're good. Like if you can put your selfish needs aside for your marriage, you're good. You'll make it every day. Okay, so it says, okay, this isn't deep at all, but what is his favorite meal that you cook? I remember you saying how much you love to cook. I do love to cook.
So I've been very blessed and fortunate for that. She cooks Southern.
Well, I had to learn. I didn't know how to cook. But fortunately for me, his sister is the best cook on the planet. So I had to go teach her.
But she does, I mean, everything she does, you know, I mean, I can do things and
he makes a mean batch of lasagna and some mean batch of scrambled eggs.
but you know, she always, if it's the same sandwich or whatever, it's always, hers is always better because she always makes sure she, I maybe fly through it a little bit, but
yeah.
She's just a really good cook, and like I say, we have some really neat, some really neat meals.
Yeah.
And
I do subscribe to Home Chef. I think I've told you guys that before. Maybe I haven't. But Home Chef has been great for me because I don't have to go to the grocery store. I don't have to think about it. Some of their meals have been, I would say 90% of their meals we really enjoy. But, you know, during the weekends, during the summer, we like to grill out. And he's getting pretty good behind the grill.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to remind him there's something on there, but...
So you don't like it rare?
I don't like it rare. I don't like anything rare. I don't like to see pink. It has to be cooked or I'm not eating it. And I'm getting bad with not being able to eat a lot of meat. So, and it's not by choice. I love chicken and fish, but anything like red meat, even though I love steak, I can't eat it very much anymore. So I have to be kind of selective. But what's your favorite thing that I cook?
You know, there's a lot of stuff, but all the salmon, the pork chops, all that stuff.
Think about it, though.
Those deviled eggs.
Deviled eggs. I made him a mean batch of deviled eggs for Father's Day. What is the biggest challenge you face? Okay, wait, did I already answer that question? What is the biggest challenge you face as a couple being married? Challenge.
Our life's changing. Our children are, Canyon will be heading to college here in a month.
That's not something I can talk about very often, but.
And then Madison.
16.
Yeah, so that's probably our biggest thing. It's changing.
It's not our marriage.
But it's
life. It's the new normal. We've had a lot of changes over the last, 3 years in our family, and so it's just another change that we have to adjust to. I think that in itself, I don't know that there's a challenge in our marriage that I don't really, because I feel like everything that could be challenging we've already faced. The only thing that maybe we haven't is like a health, one of us being ill or but that I see us coming through that just like we have everything else. We do it together. You know what I mean? But it's definitely the life around us. Our family's changing. Losing our child. She went to heaven before we did, and now we got a son going off to college, and we got another daughter that's going to be going to college in 2 years. So all of that is an adjustment of a new normal in life that you have to accept and try to support each other through. It's not going to be easy for both of us. Come the time that my son goes to college, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough for both of us. But fortunately, we do have a good marriage. I mean, that's the blessing in it all. Okay, hi Tara. My question would be, what do you love the most about each other, and what would you like to change the most about each other? Ooh. Okay, what I love about Kevin the most is that he's always all about his family first. That he puts his family first above everything, which I really, really appreciate. And I admire that because that kind of is what, in my opinion, when I grew up and I watched my grandfather do the same. He put his family above everybody else. My dad, you know, he put his family above everybody else. And now I'm married to a man that does that. He's not selfish. He doesn't have any selfish tendencies except for when it's, you know, in his truck that he doesn't like you to touch his vents, but whatever.
Or Tuesdays.
But he's not selfish at all. He always puts us first. The thing that I don't like about him, or the thing that I would change about him, I don't know. Change about him. Maybe it takes him an hour every morning to get out of the bathroom. Like, he likes to, like, he's in the shower for 40 minutes, just stretching and moving around, and he likes to take a long time. And I'm like, that's the girl's job, you know, but he likes to get up early and, like, stay in the bathroom.
That's my time just to get myself together.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know that I would ever change it. I mean, I guess I understand it because it's almost like his time to...
Yeah, I gotta get going, get my brain right.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know that there's anything I would change.
So with hers is loyalty. She's extremely loyal about everything, and she's 100% in my corner. So that's amazing. Mm-hmm. The only thing I could change is just put more Tuesdays.
Anyway. I hear you. That was our Zoe. That was our German Shepherd. I hear you, Zoe. So this might have already been asked, but what is his favorite makeup look on you? If he's like my husband, he will say no makeup. So what's your favorite makeup look on me?
I don't know what that is, but you always look beautiful, so I don't know.
That's such an
Well, I don't know. I have no idea. And I don't know.
He would probably say not overdoing it. I know that he likes it more natural.
Yeah.
I know that he likes the more brows, and the natural lashes. I don't know that you're into the big falsies. Yeah, he's not really into all that.
I was always taught when you go out on the first date, you take them swimming. So you know what the situation's going to be.
Because makeup can be very deceiving.
Oh, it can be.
It can be very deceiving. Yes, it can. Okay, if you could have your dream job, any job in the world, what would it be?
I know what mine is. I'm hoping this channel goes crazy so I can be a house bitch. I'll be the best house bitch ever. This house will be spotless. There'll be food on the table.
That's what your job would be.
Yeah,
your dream job.
I would just stay here.
He wants to be retired and
I'll stay right here at the house.
My dream job would be to do what I'm doing now, I think. Being able to work at home and have such great communication with you guys. Of course, I would always like to be a nurse. Being a nurse has always been something I've always wanted to be. So, yeah, I would say that. But he would definitely make a good house bitch.
Yeah. And you know, with her, I do think this is the thing for her. I mean, it fits her. She loves people. And she gives it 100%. She's doing 12, 13-hour days by doing the videos and editing them and then answering everybody back. And that's why I think it's soared like it has. It's growing leaps and bounds every day and every month. And but it's the right person.
Yeah,
you know?
It's a good fit.
She loves it.
It's a good fit.
She loves
really
all you
is.
guys.
Yeah, that it is something that's very important to me, more so than anything else. When did you both know that each other was the one you wanted to marry?
For me, it was, it was maybe for the wrong reasons, but it was instant. And then, like I say, it just felt right. And it's just been, in my life, it wasn't that way because I was always looking across the greener grass, I guess, or I never felt that way, and it just stopped me in my tracks, and it was done for me. So.
Yeah, for me, it was instant. Like, I'd never felt that much passion with somebody before. I was young, though, and I'll be honest with you, I was very naive. I didn't really have a lot of boyfriends, when I was younger, so it wasn't like I was super experienced in that category. I was you know, really young, but I knew that it was something I'd never felt before. I knew that there was something there that I was like, wow, this is like passion. Like, this is what you hear about, you know, this is what you see in the movies type of thing. But, like I said, I was scared though. I mean, I was definitely scared. I'm really glad I didn't let fear get in the way, because it really, you know, it could have changed everything, which I don't know that I would be who I am today without him. So, in fact, I know I wouldn't. In fact, I put that on a Father's Day post that there's 3 men in this world that I would not be who I am today without them. And even though I can say that about the women in my life, sure, but men particularly, because I've been fortunate enough to have a very strong, loyal grandfather that has always been there for me from the very beginning. And he's always taught me way more than I probably understood back in those days until I became an adult. And then my father, you know, he was my stepfather. He, you know, he stepped in and raised me when I was 3 years old and treated me as his own child. And that's very rare to find that, when you find a man that is, that loves you unconditionally, even though you're not their biological child. And so then when I married him, it was like I had 3 strong men in my life that really created who I am today. And I'm very grateful for that. Now, I could say that about the women, but probably more so the men in my life. How many kids do you have? So we have 3 children. And like I said, we do have one that has passed away. She's our little angel. What was the most, if you could talk to anyone for 5 minutes, past or present, who would it be?
My daughter.
Yeah, he would talk to our daughter, Megan. She passed away 2 years ago. For me, I would talk to my grandpa's dad, because I never got to meet him. And I think it would be fun to talk to him and just to hear about how my grandpa was when he was a kid, like, or a teenager. Yeah, I would like to talk to my grandpa's dad. Okay, so I think we've answered a majority of the questions. It's going to be a long video that I got to work really hard to edit, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this little get to know us better. And yeah, so if you guys want to see him on my channel more, let me know in the comments down below. I think it would be fun to maybe have him either, I don't know, maybe have him put makeup on me, not on him, but on me, or have a challenge where he guesses the prices of makeup or something. So we might do something in the future like that. It might be fun. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys again for all the love and the support that you guys show me and my channel. It means the world to me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Love you. Bye. You did good, baby. You did good, mister. It's just your red lobster head. It's gonna be so painful. Why did you do that to yourself?
I must have forgot it.
Yeah, you did. Look how red you are in there. You're way more red. You're way more red in the camera than you are in real life, though. But you did not put sunscreen on.
I think I was putting lotion. I must have forgot it. Because I wouldn't have done that.
That was not smart.
That's why I wasn't worried about it.
That was not smart. Oh, man.